I think this is one of the best things that we can do in our truck, is we can make breakfast in the back and then come in the front, eat our breakfast
in the air conditioning,
in our comfy seats, and just wait for
church.
We're on our way to church. We can just sit here nicely and wait till the building opens. Enjoy our breakfast in the cool, air-conditioned cab of our truck. All right, we're in Mazatlan. We're in our nice air-conditioned car because it is easily 1,700 degrees Fahrenheit outside. At least it feels like it. We're gonna drive down the boardwalk, or the La Malecon, which is supposed to be one of the biggest in South America and one of the longest ones in the world. 5 miles of beachfront. You can see up ahead there's all of the hotels for people to come and stay for the week here in Mazatlan and just enjoy a nice vacation. And that's where we came from on our boat. Drove through those 2 big rocks on our boat. Alright, so we're walking through the streets of Mazatlan. We drove around the Malecon and gandered around at things, and then we decided we were gonna drive down to the Basilica. Luckily I'm dressed for church.
Me
because
too.
As we were following the map and trying to make our way around, mind you, we don't know the city, we don't know the street rules, we don't know which way we're going. We made a left turn, and as we made a left turn, we heard a little whoop whoop, but we didn't, looking around, we don't see anything, so we just keep going. Hear it again, whoop whoop. Look around, we don't see anything, keep going. So then we heard a big one, and then it was police officers behind us. So we pull over, we have no idea what we've done. Well, Kevin's the driver, so I didn't do anything. But turns out we were driving down the wrong way on a one-way street. And we finally get to the understanding that that's what happened. And as we're talking to this police officer, and I said to him, there's no signs at the corner. Our map says to go this way. Some nice man and woman who speak English and Spanish way better than me stop, and they start arguing with these police officers, and they're arguing pretty vehemently and having this full discussion. They ask us where we're from, they ask us where we're going. We say we're going to the church. You know, we were actually going to the church, but we didn't realize we were being manipulative when we said that, and so they let us go. But I think they were going to give us a ticket before those people stopped to argue with them. What do you think, Kevin?
Absolutely, we're going to give us a ticket.
They could care less. It did help that we looked dressed up. It did help that we told them we were trying to get to the church.
I don't look dressed up.
That we were lost. Anyways, we did not get a ticket, which is nice because we've already been pulled over by another cop doing another little infraction. It's very hard to drive in these cities. It's hard to know where you're going. It's hard to watch the signs, watch the map.
The last officer extorted us.
Well, yes, but he said it was going to be a 2,000 peso ticket at the station, and he kindly took, what did he take, 500 pesos? 500 pesos, so I still think we got out pretty cheap for that one as well. Anyways, that's our story for Mazatlan, and here we are at the Basilica in the center of the city. Here we are in the Basilica, I know. Inside here. They're actually going to church right now and worshiping, so I don't want to do too long of a video.
We're by the door, so it's a
We're
good
right
breeze
by the door.
right
So very nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is really pretty church. We like churches. They say that a German man who lived here, a German family, put this church together here for them. Who knew?
One of the things that's interesting today is there are 0 Americanos around here. There are a lot of tourists. Viva Mazatlan, I like that. And then on the Baja, there were a few, but not many. And here, there aren't any. And so it looks like about half of the restaurants and half of the stores are open. So obviously the American tourist is staying away. So far, people have been nothing but pleasant.
Really nice. People are nice.
Everywhere we go.
Even Mexico.
Shara negotiating to get herself a new dress. Oh, she already bought it. She didn't even try it on.
I don't need to try it on.
Perfecto.
She knows
Did she make it?
No, I designed it, but I had my people work.
Like it.
All right, we left Mazatlan. We've been on the freeway for a couple hours, and we're heading towards Puerto Vallarta. And we decided we were sick and tired of paying tolls out the nose, so we are taking the route with less tolls, and we have landed ourselves here in Sinaloa, in some little town we don't know the name of right now. And almost hit that girl because she's coming around the corner a little hot. It's alright, we got it. And so yeah, we're gonna head off onto it's a highway, but it's a little less populated than the freeways, and supposedly a lot less tolls. But this is, I guess, how you see really what Mexico is. The freeways are fancy and shiny and new, and you get off the freeways and a little more real here. We like the people on their motorcycles. They're awesome. Speaking of hotels, we should show this one off a little bit. So here's our bed that we slept in last night. We're a little messy. We had to push this curtain into the door and shut the door to keep the curtain shut. Otherwise, people could have seen in all night long. And my favorite part about this hotel is in the bedding, there are cigarette burns everywhere, which is funny. And TV barely worked. You had to turn it on from below, which is fine, that doesn't bother me, but you had to really struggle with the remotes. And then the bathroom is fantastic. Sink leaks a little bit, and different tiles in the bathroom. The shower barely worked, but it was very nice because best part about it, it is so hot down here, and it had air conditioning and a fan, so that was fantastic. Totally worth it. That was our hotel in San Blas last night. How is it? Our little homemade breakfast.
I like the salsa we bought yesterday.
So we bought this salsa
Muy picante.
is it very, I put probably too much in mine, at a farmer's market, and we made our Mountain House breakfast skillet. We bought some tortillas at the farmer's market yesterday, and we made ourselves a little breakfast burrito. Muy bueno,
Una más.
muy delicioso. All right, here we are in San Blas, and they got hit by the hurricanes coming through pretty hard. Been a lot of damage as well. You can look online and see it if you want to see it, but anyway, this is the downtown area. Most of the downtowns have a church. They kind of center their little towns around the main church. And it's actually a pretty little city, isn't it? Kind of big. I've never even heard of San Blas before yesterday. Have you?
Yes,
Really?
but I don't know why.
It's a little fishing town, I was told. We met some friends in the parking lot that were looking at our truck and wondering about it. Named Winnie and Dawn from Texas. They were very sweet and kind. Fun to talk to them. San Blas. There's another little main city here in street in San Blas. I like this little street. Up there's the main little. There you go. Little mercado here on the right. Not going down there.
She had a really interesting conversation with those two, right? You know, they're
Mostly about the van. They were just interested in maybe figuring out a way to travel around in a car in Mexico or in other places a little more comfortably. They've been just going from hotel to hotel and driving their regular car, and they were looking for something like what we have, like a place that they could just, you know, pull off the side of the road and have everything kind of self-contained. And
they were older.
A little older, yeah.
So this truck probably wouldn't be a good fit for them because they have a hard time getting in and out of it. But it's interesting that I think, and I could apply this generally, and I'm probably wrong, but we all have that desire for adventure, and it's fun to talk with people about what they've done. They've traveled all over the world. They've come to Mexico for 40 years. And once you kind of have the bug, it's really hard to...
Yeah, she actually said, I was talking to her about her travels, and she says, I actually like to call them adventures. I'm an adventurer, is what she called herself, which was cute. Just driving out of San Blas, and they have this beautiful road with trees.
It's much more tropical here than it was on the Baja.
Yeah.
And much more humid.
It's very humid.
And last night when we were driving in the dark, which is something we don't ever do, we didn't know that there was a big tree canopy here.
No.
You couldn't see a thing.
Nope. All you could see was trees on both sides. Plus we were focusing on the road, watching out for potholes.
And topes.
And topes.
And people on motorcycles with no lights.
People just on their bicycles.
In black.
Very pretty in daylight. Here we come into Rincon. This is where Kevin's uncle would spend his summers. It's a little rainy outside, so
Winters.
his winters.
It's
sorry.
too hot here in the summer.
Too hot in the summers. Anyways, this is where he would winter. He would bring a camper down here, and he had a boat down here, and he would just fish his little heart out. We have never been, but we heard all about it when we were younger from Charles all the time. He loved it down here. This guy's out here mowing his lawn. So it could be worse. You could have a fork and a knife out there hand chopping your front yard after it gets overgrown. Baby?
So, in Rincon, right?
We're in Rincon.
Way more tourists. Probably the most tourist-friendly beach we've been on so far.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, in Cancun, well, in Cabo, the beaches were friendly, but you had to really be staying at a hotel to get to it. And here,
Sure. You can just get to
you
it.
can walk right down to it, and as a result, you can see way more people here.
Yeah.
There are 10 times as many people here as we've seen at any beach.
Well, maybe it's also helpful that it's a nice rainy day and it doesn't feel like it's 5,000 degrees outside.
Yeah, this is like, it's nice.
It's very nice. It's actually warm. It doesn't look warm, but it's very warm.
She's wearing a sweatshirt, so you can tell that it's really warm.
I need to take it off. I'm getting hot, so I need to take it off.
I told her she would get hot, but what do you do?
Then you got people selling stuff over here, selling little necklaces,
But very nice.
little ceviche carts coming up.
Now your typical mariachi band. But they're pretty good. There's something about sunsets in Mexico that I mean, look at that.
Mexico.
That's crazy. I think that's just beautiful.
When you're ready.
Okay, so I just want you to watch. Hold on a second, right here. We're gonna zoom in. Okay, pull your hands off. Pull the other one off. It's very, very sticky here. Your mom wants me to put my hands on her, and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
For dinner tonight,
We're having
steak and pork tacos, steak burritos.
and look at the size of those things. So
Fresh off the grill.
for like
With our salsa platter.
$10 for all that.
Good.
Lovely salsa. It's good.
All right, well, it's morning. We just left Rincon. We're headed to Puerto Vallarta. And every day we go on our drive and we need,
Shara needs. Coke.
he drinks it too. He just,
Unfortunately, stone warm.
that's very warm.
Oh,
So
good.
as we drive around, Kevin finds one of these lovely places and I go inside. Oh, XXO. Oh, XXO. And we walk in and we get a Diet Coke. And they're nice and cold. It's just like a little 7-Eleven or Circle K back home. You just walk around until you find the magic elixir. There it is. And it's gonna be cold. Woo-hoo.
Unfortunately, it's not very cold.
Oh, there it is.
You're ridiculous.
So we're driving from Rincon to Puerto Vallarta, and I don't know if you can see, but we are definitely in the jungle.
But
you imagine?
there is a freeway.
There's a freeway. Can you imagine trying to get through that? Just walk through. It's hard to see as we're driving, but it is thick, pretty green. You open your window, it feels like a warm and moist wet blow dryer blowing on you, like being in a sauna. So we understand now why people come down here a little later in the year. This is not travel season for down here. It is, as Kevin said earlier, oppressive, the heat. So it is very beautiful though and very green, but you are not getting through there without a machete. Look at these big trees. They're giant, they're everywhere. There's another one there, another guy there. There's another guy there. Big trees. And then back to the jungle. Kevin says he's gonna get a machete and just lead me through. I'll drive behind him.
You can keep the truck.
I'll be in the truck with
Cooled
air
off.
conditioning and the music, and he'll be macheteing through the jungle to get us through. All right, so we just got to Puerto Vallarta. We're heading to get some lunch, but we found this
Joshua Brown.
fun park, and look what we found right here. The name of one of my nephews. Anyways, they got this beautiful little park with these little mosaic tiles all around. We were heading to get lunch and we stopped because we saw this place and we thought, this is so fun. Isn't it cute? Oh, I'd do my backyard like this. Kevin, sit down next to the heart.
Not gonna do it.
Because you love me. Do you love me?
I do love you.
Okay, that was the right answer.
You're my fave.
Oh, good. Even better answer.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's very good.
All right, we're at the main church in the Zocalo in Puerto Vallarta at the Malecon.
What is this?
It says it's the site of the first hotel in the central port of Puerto Vallarta.
There you go, 1922.
Cute.
This place has come a long way since 1922.
So most of the cities have a Malecon. This is a Malecon, so it's just basically a boardwalk where you can take a little walk and usually have some statues. Like they have a seahorse guy right there. They got some dolphins down here, and you can get kind of close to the water over here. I think they're very nice. Jump in, baby.
That would be a jump.
That would be a jump. That would hurt, huh? These guys are all driving around in their cars. So this is in the rain. This is San Ignacio. It's in between Puerto Vallarta and Rincon, Guayabitos. And we've been through this before, but we're coming back through it again. One, we like the giant trees. They are just huge. But what we really like is you've got this little city where everybody's selling stuff, and they've spent however much money to put this giant crosswalk in where you can go over the road. And the first time we came through, we passed that, and like 3 guys crossed right here, which is funny because which guy's gonna go up there, climb all the way to the top to cross the road instead of just crossing right there? Nobody. Anyways, we think it's fun. So we're still in San Ignacio. We got to the end of the street, needed to turn around, and there was too much traffic. So we are now driving back behind all of the city.
We're gonna see if we can get all the way up there.
All the way around there. I told Kevin, if we're going anywhere where the cartel is, this is it right here. Down a jungle road for fun. Are you sure we can get where it was that?
We'll find out.
Oh my. Oh my. This might be that riverbed. Well, we'll find out. We're just driving the back roads of San Ignacio.
We got 4-wheel drive. We can go someplace.
It's true.
Here's a Defender. A Defender can get up here. We certainly can get up here.
Yeah, it's true. Little 4-wheel drive in action right here in the mud. That's always fun. This guy seems to be living in his van. Maybe this guy too. That van's not going anywhere.
You can smell the jungle.
Yes, you can.
It's very
It's dense.
rich.
Yeah. All right. Just for fun in the mud. Back down. We got ourselves in a little bit of a pickle going up that hill. Go straighten out. I guess you can straighten out, huh?
Trying to stay out of this.
I see what you're doing. It's fine. Just saw that. Oh! go forward, you're in a fence. Let me look right back here. Hold on. Stop. Babe.
That mud is very slippery.
So we got part way up and we started to spin out.
Well, it started to slide into the ditch.
And slide into the ditch.
Which we don't want.
Ended up a little sideways. So Kevin backed it out, and then as we were backing it out, a car started to come up behind us, which we couldn't go further up, so we kept backing up, and then they just stayed there. So we waved them back, and they stayed there. We waved them back, and they stayed there, and then pretty soon another car was coming from the top, and although it was a little car coming down, and then we're thinking, oh, they're going to hit us from the front. And these guys are going to stick here for that. But I guess they were just dropping some people off, so they moved, and we were able to back out of that. So that was exciting stuff. Kevin said afterwards he was a little shaky.
I would never say that.
Adrenaline kept pumping through his veins.
Thinking, I don't want the whole village to have to pull me out of the ditch.
They would have had to, because I'm not doing it. We would have been paying out money to have some help.
Put your back into it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then people are like, why are you going up here? Because the taxi was in the way.
Oh my gosh. So that was an adventure for the afternoon, right?
Yeah, even four-wheel low wasn't getting us out of that.
It was very slippery, very muddy, and we have very good tires, but clearly not the right kind of mud tires.
Time to get real mud tires.
Real knobby, huge mud tires. That's what Kevin needs. Yeah? Who are you sending this to? Is this for our video?
I don't.
Me in a bikini.
Let's see that again.
No way!
That was hot.
No one wants to see that.
I do.
No.
So we're back in Rincon because,
Why are we in Rincon?
well, we spent a lot of time in Puerto Vallarta,
We
which
did.
we
It was so nice.
strangely really liked. In fact, I think Puerto Vallarta is our favorite city
On this trip so far.
so far.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit more to do, a lot more infrastructure, got the oil changed.
Yeah.
And,
I like San Jose del Cabo, though, for a little quaint.
I do like San Jose del Cabo. It is very nice, quaint,
Yes.
not too crazy,
Yes.
but I like it.
Yeah. There's a lot
And-
to do, lots to see. I mean, not to sound American, but kind of a lot of American amenities, which is nice.
Yeah. So, and then we figure we're going to go to the beach, even though it's almost dark,
Yeah.
and do a little swimming because we are headed inland to Guadalajara, then
Tomorrow.
Mexico City, and then I'm not sure where
then-
we're going after that.
Yucatan?
No, I think we're going to go
not yet.
down to Oaxaca and a couple of other little places that look
So-
really cool.
Yeah, so you can tell we don't really plan long term. We kind of have a general route that we want to go on, but we just kind of day to day decide what we want to do. And mostly that's so that we can go ahead and spend more time in Puerto Vallarta if we wanted to.
Although we
than
didn't spend a
wanted
lot
to.
of time.
No, we're pretty quick. We move fast. One day in Puerto Vallarta is not a lot.
You know, I found, what was that little city that we drove through and almost got stuck in?
San Ignacio.
San Ignacio. Teeny tiny city. It's like Avatar, covered in these giant trees. And that was visually kind of like the
Rich.
coolest city I've ever seen.
Yeah. They were having a little fair, a little carnival as we were driving past.
So I think I would, from a memory perspective, I'll remember
San Ignacio.
San Ignacio way more than I'll remember Puerto Vallarta. Although if I was coming on a
Holiday,
vacation, I would go to Puerto Vallarta because there's nothing to do in San Ignacio
Right,
except eat tacos.
I mean, what we're doing is a vacation, but it's a very different way to travel versus going to a resort town and, you know, partying it up for a week and then heading
Partying
home.
it up.
Well, you know, partying for us is Diet Coke, so.
Living large. Woo! All right. So how many nights have we had tacos?
So many that my body's rebelling a little bit.
They have these lovely little salsa flat.
Now,
We'll wreck that whole thing.
those are delicious, and I will eat them. You have to wonder if they're reusing them table to table.
A communal salsa just gets better with time.
It's true. A little bit of everybody in it.
So,
When you eat them, it's good.
so this is, barring the lack of air conditioning, although we do have our one
Tommy's
fan.
Tommy's Tacos here in, where are we?
Rincon.
Rincon, Guayabitos.
And this is nice. I like it already.
My brain is melting from the heat.
Okay,
Our
so let's come.
tacos came.
Tacos came.
So asada, adobado, pollo.
We like it with the beans. We've never had it with beans on it before, so we're gonna try it.
Delicious. What do you want to put on your taco?
Let's bring it all over here. Let's make this count.
I'll have this guy.
That's looking picante.
It does look picante. I like this green stuff. That green stuff is good.
Green stuff's always good.
This
So we got something we've never gotten before. What are they? Papas?
papas picantes.
Papas picantes, which is like a side for a whole family. So let's see how they are.
80 pesos.
So $4. Let's see
The
it.
green stuff is on.
Let's see how it is. It looks good.
They're good. I don't know if I'm gonna eat them all, but they're very good.
There you go.
What a great first week in Mexico. Rincon de Guayabitos and Puerto Vallarta. Great food, great places to visit, very beautiful vistas. We can't wait to go back. And we can't wait to share more here on our YouTube channel of The Traveling Troopy. Please like and subscribe and come back next week for the next video.